One of the most common questions we get from clients when they're reviewing their proposal is, what the heck is base shoe? Well, today I'm going to talk about it. Base shoe is a little 1/2 inch by 3/4 piece of trim that you'll see at the base or at the bottom of your baseboard. So why do we remove the base shoe? Simple answer is we don't want to have a small gap at the bottom of it. A lot of times the old finish will also show through. And so we want to pull that off. It's a small price to pay to make sure the job's done right. Some contractors might recommend pulling off the base shoe and reusing it. And we tried that for a period of time, but quite frankly, by the time you take it off, de-nail it or take the nails out and then re-nail it and put it back in, it gets pretty beat up. And you know, the cost of base shoe is about 45 cents, 70 cents a linear foot. It really is a small price to pay just to have the job done right and make sure everything looks brand new when we're finished. We have several options of base shoe that are available. If your trim is painted, we're gonna go back with a pre-prime base shoe molding. If you have stained, it could be red oak, white oak, maple, pine. Our general rule of thumb is we want to replace the base shoe with something that's going to match the trim as close as possible, or the cabinets. There are times in some older houses primarily where we do actually go back with quarter round. It's usually because the house is settled, there's larger gaps between the baseboard and the floor, or that was just the more common molding that was used 30, 40 years ago. There are times where quarter round is necessary, but more times than not, we're gonna go back with a shoe molding. About the only time we won't replace the base shoe is whenever, you know, an island is faux painted, the cabinets are faux painted, and it's gonna be really difficult to match that. So in those cases, we'll leave it in place and we'll simply just hand sand around that and minimize the gap that would potentially be exposed if we were to do our traditional edging passes. So if your trim is painted, we're gonna put back pre-prime base shoe. We will include the option in our proposal to have a professional painter come in, caulk and paint everything, so it's all 100% done. You won't have to worry about hiring a contractor or doing that yourself when we're finished up. So, you know, our goal is to make sure everything looks perfectly flat with the floor. It's all seamless and freshly done.